Are you afraid?
You should be.
We are in the great game now, and the great game is terrifying.
We are sinful creatures. We deserve death. We all do.
One way or another, the gift will be given. One way or another, a face will be added to the whole.
Hey, it's Kimmy Game. Game of Thrones just released their new trailer for Season 6. Some of this trailer is recycled footage from the first one, but there are some new additions to it, plus new dialogue that goes over top. So I'm going to break down that new footage and dialogue and see what it tells us about Season 6. So we start off with some new footage of Daenerys and the Dothraki horde getting pushed along like a slave. And across the top of the footage, we have this new dialogue saying,
Are you afraid?
You should be.
Now I've listened to this dialogue quite a few times and I can't really pinpoint the character who is saying it. At first I thought it might be Tyrion because it links on to the other bit that Tyrion says about the great game. But it doesn't sound like Tyrion from the beginning. I feel like they've cut that across. Next, I thought it could have been Jaqen H'ghar, but he has a more raspy, whispery voice and we hear that at the end part of the trailer, so I don't think it's him. So if you think you know who it is, then put that down in the comment section below. I'll be really interested to hear what you think. Next we get a few shots of Tyrion, Missandei and Grey Worm ruling in Meereen. Here we see them about to convene what seems to be a group of masters with some kind of worry, concern, problem or complaint. Then we get another shot of Tyrion with Missandei and Grey Worm trying to counsel them, convince him that he's a worthy member, someone who should be trusted, and maybe pitching an idea to him of how they can solve the problems ahead of them. Now again, Game of Thrones is shoving that symbolism between fire and Ramsay in our faces, and it's so obvious. Now again, I think this backs up my theory that the people on the flaming crosses is Roose Bolton and his free wife. If the idea to put people flaming on crosses was Roose Bolton's idea, then it would be him being the symbolism of these flames and stuff like that, but clearly he's no longer in charge of this army or the situation that's going on. Now we move to the High Sparrow talking to Tommen in what seems to be that sept that Margaery was held in, that Cersei was held in, so I feel like he's given himself up to the High Sparrow to go in there to try and convince him to get Margaery out or do some other plan. And across this footage we get a dialogue of the High Sparrow saying,
We are sinful creatures. We deserve death. We all do.
This could be another foreshadowing that Tommen's going to die from this conflict with the Faith. Also we get a better shot of Jaime up on the stairs, really angry, really pissed off, ready to fuck up this Faith for all the shit he's put his family through. And again we see the Tyrell soldiers behind him. Now I'm not sure if this feud between the Tyrells and the Lannisters is kind of like temporarily woven back so they could fight the Faith, or just like two people fighting at the same time and then it's going to kind of avoid each other and then go fight each other again for the past grievances. It's very hard to forgive Cersei for what she did to Margaery, but it's also necessary for them to work together if they're going to crush this Faith. Now we get this quick snippet of Bran charging in what seems to be fighting Bolton soldiers, and they've kind of like played the clips together to see like she's around where Theon is and she's coming to save him and stuff like that. But if you look at the way that the clips have been done, the guy, the Bolton soldier with the hounds, which we saw on the flipped version of this in the original trailer, has his sword in his left hand, so I doubt he's going to be a lefty, and they just flip the shot to make it seem more connected between Bran and Theon. Now we get this amazing shot of Drogon, and he's growing humongous. He's just like huge, flying across this colossal dragon about to burn some Dothraki. Now some people were skeptical that Daenerys would be able to use Drogon to convince the Dothraki to join her cause, but now looking at this, that is one convincing point. Like seriously, if someone rocked up and was like, you're gonna buy me an ice cream, and then that dragon landed next to them, you're gonna be buying them that ice cream. Now they've added one little more snippet to this flashback scene, and we'll see this Arthur Dayne again dancing around with his immense fighting abilities with this chaotic fight with a whole bunch of really good fighters just going out at each other. Whoa, giant busting down the gates at Castle Black, shit's going down. Now we know at Castle Black there's going to be a conflict between some of the Night's Watch who want to get Jon's body and destroy it or burn it or something like that, and people who try to resurrect him and try to save him. That could be why the giant's here. He's coming to bust down the doors, knock away some Night's Watch, get Jon Snow's body, put it over his shoulder and just run for the fucking hills. Another shot of Tyrion in the dragon pits, and yes I know it's Arya. You guys left a lot of comments on my other one. Yes, it's Arya. Quick dragon shot. And holy fuck, that White Walker looks like a badass. Now I'm not sure where this flame and fire is coming from, but it does signal there's going to be another conflict with the White Walkers that's going to be pretty major this season. Now I have to talk about that amazing dialogue from Jack and Hagar.
One way or another, the gift will be given. One way or another, a face will be added to the whole.
That sums up Game of Thrones so clearly. Doesn't matter who's gonna win, the Starks or the Lannisters, only misery and death comes from it all. That single piece of dialogue is so on point with George R. R. Martin's purpose in A Song of Ice and Fire. George R. R. Martin is a hippie human rights activist who's anti-war. The whole reason behind these giant conflicts between these different houses is to display that in the end, doesn't matter who wins, doesn't matter who's smart enough, it's just going to be death and destruction at the very end. Okay, we see there's going to be more confrontation between Jaime and the High Sparrow. It almost seems like the High Sparrow is doing rounds around King's Landing, talking to everyone individually like, yo, the faith's great, have a chat with me in my building. Daenerys getting talked to by Khal Drogo. Tyrion frowny face, Cersei frowny face, Arya frowny face, Theon frowny face, Sansa frowny face. Oh shit, round's fucked. Thanks for watching, guys. If you think I've missed anything from this trailer or something wrong, put it in the comment section below and we have a discussion about it. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel for other updates about Game of Thrones news and theories and a whole bunch of other stuff. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Oh yeah, he's definitely fucked.